All right, 6:45, here we go. Welcome. I'm so glad you're here with me today. Let's find a comfortable seat. I encourage you to sit on a cushion or a folded up blanket or towel. And let's begin with a nice strong back. So inhale, lengthen through your spine. And as you soften and exhale, try to stay upright. Think about your shoulders drawing down and back. Think about your neck being long and the crown of your head lifting high. Welcoming each inhalation. And as we exhale slowly, let's have gratitude. That even if you're a little stuffy and congested, that you can indeed breathe. Nice and tall. So think about inhaling a sense of peace and letting go all that extra tension and stress. Inhaling clarity. Exhaling confusion, discomfort. Remembering that we're, as best we can, inhaling and exhaling through the nose. Paying attention to the breath, to the body. Noticing any sensations that arise. And just allowing yourself to feel. Acknowledging exterior stimuli, noises of the world, of your household, and coming back to your breath. All right, let's begin movement as we continue to pay attention to our breath. So inhaling, nice and tall. Exhaling, stay tall with your torso, chin comes down. Maybe just move it half an inch or an inch sideways, noticing what you feel. And then let's just nod, using caution as we extend and gaze up. Paying attention and not going too far. In the distance, I can hear a train, but inside my neck, I can hear crunching. So try to pay more attention to inside. All right, come back to neutral. And now let's turn our head to the side, ear towards the shoulder, both shoulders down. And then, as an option, you can gently hold. This is totally optional. And remember, the operative word is gentle. This other arm can go out, shoulder down, and then you can stay out reaching, or you can wrap. So just breathe into that space between your shoulder and your ear, your neck, your trapezius, your deltoid. Deep, complete breath. And then gently release your head. Good. Come back to neutral, and let's just turn our head side to side. A little bit of movement before we do the other side. All right, back to neutral. Inhale tall. Exhale, ear towards the shoulder. Opening up the side, option to reach or wrap behind. Stay within your comfort zone. And remember, this is gentle. and it's optional. Breathe. All right, with the next exhalation, let's release. And once again, we'll turn our head to the side, back through center to the other side. Notice when you go to that side, where you feel it in your body. Do you feel it just in your neck? Or perhaps in your shoulders, down your spine? Pay attention. All right, good. Okay, let's take our hands out to the side, extend up, reach, exhale down, floating the hands down. We'll clasp them behind, and remember, if that's difficult, just always have a handy washcloth or hand towel. Open up your heart, and we're going to sway again today. I like this because I'm opening my heart at the same time I'm starting to get some movement in my torso, so that impacts your back. All the while, shoulders down, long neck. My son, who's going to be 33, his favorite show when he was little was Littlefoot, the long neck. I don't know if you guys ever watched that, but they're dinosaurs, and the earth is, I guess, anyway, there's a lot of issues. And every time I say long neck, I think of that. So I smile. Inhale, up again. This time we're going to come down and we're going to do those eagle arms. So I'm going to cross my right over my left, wrap, and then bring my hands together. And if I cannot, I'll bring the backs of my hands together. And if I cannot do that, I'm going to hold my fingers together. It doesn't matter. But what I want to do is pull my elbows forward at shoulder height and lift my fingers up, shoulders down, and open through the back. So while we're in eagle arms, however you can do it, now we're going to sway again. So all the while opening up the back. My core is having to do a little bit of work to stabilize here. All right, release. All right, I'm going to change my feet. So maybe if you are comfortable cross-legged, you're going to change the other one, or you can come out. My ankles are bothering me, so I'm going to just take my legs out. So it doesn't matter. All right. So now bring the hands together. Let's go ahead and lift up tall. Exhale down. Now cross left over right, or just do the opposite of what you did. And I'm going to show you a side view. So remember, we're pulling forward, shoulders down. They want to come up, but I'm constantly pressing them down. So I have kind of a right angle, 90-degree angle there at my elbows. And now I'm going to swim. So one shoulder up and then down, all the while opening the back. All right, let's hold steady. And now I'm going to lift up and now bend over. Lift up and bend over. Range of motion doesn't have to be big. It's just we're moving while we're opening the back. All right, let's release. Roll the shoulders back. Hands come back. Wide stance with our feet, and we'll drop our knees. I'm going to remove my blanket for this. Knees down. Mobility work for the hips. Yeah, I should not have worn dark gray pants, but you guys have done this before. So I'm using my hands. I'm opening my heart. Now I'm going to come up and do a little twist. A little twist. All right, so now I'm going to hang on this side, and I'm going to put my hand that's supporting me under my shoulder, or my forearm, or I'm going to lift up. So you're going to decide which one you do. Breathing into that side body, in and out through your nose. If you're on your knees, you're pushing your hips forward, opening through that hip flexor. And release. Top hand comes back to support you. Shift over to the other side. I'm just going to change direction. So forearm stretches like this, or the hand stretches like this, or the hips come up. You decide. Breathe into that side body, pressing your hips forward. Try not to let your head just drop. You want to have it extending into neutral in your spine. Keep breathing. All right, let's release it. Okay, now let's come over onto our quadruped position. So, breathing with movement, inhaling, or remember you can exhale into your cow. Just match your breath with your movement, or preferably your movement with your breath. Breath is more important. I encourage you to close your eyes. Notice your breath and notice your body, how it feels. Crown of the head all the way to the tailbone. Everything is moving, not just the middle torso. We'll go one more time. All right, drawing the navel in. Let's extend the right leg and the left arm. Move forward just slightly. Remember, the navel in is the most important part to stabilize you. And switch. Left leg, right arm. Shoulder down, head in neutral. Draw the navel in. Breathe. All right. One more time, first side. Bring the elbow in, round, and extend, and down. Second side, reach out and hold. Shoulders down, long neck, draw the navel in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach. Exhale, come down. Knees apart. Let's go into our child's pose. Remember, you can have your block, your fist, your Kleenex box, whatever is handy, and put it underneath your forehead if your forehead doesn't comfortably reach the ground. Shift your hips side to side, nestle your belly between your thighs as best you can. All right, pick your head up and let's rotate to the right side. So I'm going over my right thigh, walking my fingertips out. So think extension. Now descend your torso down, relax your head. Remember, support your forehead. As an option, you can press your hips away to get more stretch, more lengthening. All right, inhaling, lifting up. Let's gently walk over to the other side. Don't just be satisfied with going down. Find more extension, then descend down with an exhalation. Breathe. And then really think about opening through that side body. And you can press your hips in the opposite direction if you wish. Try to keep your breathing nice and rhythmic. And if you can, extending the exhalation just a bit longer. All right, picking the head up. Let's go forward. All right, shift back up. Bring your knees under your hips. Walk your hands out about maybe 6 inches. And we find our plank, knees or toes. And we're going to lower down slowly. Remember, the belly comes with the torso. That's the hard part. Something we can work on. Open up to cobra. Exhale down. Neutral with your neck. And we're going to push up. Belly in. And back to child's pose. Release the low back. We're going to do that again, actually 2 more times. Inhaling, take it forward. Try to bring the belly down at the same time as the torso. It's fine if you can't. It's just our goal. Open up to our cobra. Exhale down. Neutral spine. Pushing up. And shifting back. Stretching what we were just strengthening. Last time. Here we go. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Pushing up. All right. This time, curl the toes under. Let's stretch the bottoms of our feet. All right, coming up. Here we go. Let's shift onto our back. And we'll start with our legs straight. Big total body stretch. Inhale. Exhale, draw both knees in. Remember, if you have any knee issues, you don't want to hold right on top of your knee. So you could hold under, or sometimes holding lower on your shins helps. Bring the head up. Stretching the lower back more. Release the head. And now let's extend the left leg out straight, or you can keep it slightly bent if that's better for your back. All right, so I'm just simply going to support my leg and just circle around for my hips. Maybe the size of a basketball with my knee. Reverse direction. All right, extend this leg. And I'm going to hold my hamstring, or I can hold here. And if you have your strap handy, this is a nice time to use your strap. Breathe. Notice that you can still get a hamstring stretch even if your leg is not straight. So you do what's best for you. All right, we're going to bring this knee back in. If your left leg is bent, straighten it. And now with my left hand, I'll take my right knee over to the other side. My right hand can come out, and my right foot can connect to my left leg, just for support. Take a deep breath. See if you can increase your comfort level. And now, as an option, the last thing you can do is turn your head the other way. Deep, complete breath. Notice your body. Bring your head back to neutral. And now we'll bring the leg back over. Extend, big total body stretch. Inhale. Exhale, left knee comes in. You decide if you're going to bend this other leg or not. All right, let's start with just some hip movement. So I'm keeping my left leg flexed, but I'm just rotating around, kind of checking how it's feeling. Maybe you hear clicking, maybe just pay attention. Everybody's different. And this side may be different than the other. Let's reverse direction. All right, and now we'll bring the knee in towards the midline and stretch it into extension for this left leg. If you need to bend your opposite leg for more support for your back, that's completely okay. Straps can be used here. So as we are stationary with a stretch, this is where you find comfort and then you really focus on your breath. All right, extending that right leg, bring this knee in. With the right hand, we're going to guide the left knee over. And I just happen to have my handy block here. And I could put my block here to support it. Or I could put a book or whatever. But sometimes it helps just to hold your hand there. Other hand goes out. So I'm in my twist, my supine twist. And then the last thing, once I'm comfortable and all set, then I can turn my head in the opposite direction if I choose. All right, so we're going to stay like this, and I'm going to bring my right leg underneath. Help myself up, and I'm going to be on my forearms. We'll go into our clamshells. So lifting up and down, up and down. I just realized we haven't done these in a long time. I know you guys are missing them. So I'm keeping my feet together, and you can lay down like this and complete your clamshells. But I like to do this when I'm teaching. Remember, because we don't have a weight on our thigh, we can go a little faster. And you could go like up to 20 or 30 repetitions. So I'm going to have you now just roll over to the other side, but I'm going to switch. Just noticing that you can't see me very well, so I'm going to get on the floor. All right, here we go. This side. You can go slower than me, or you can go faster. This is one where I don't like to think about what I'm doing. These are not my favorite. And it always proves true that the things you need the most are the ones that you don't like to do, so you don't do them. These get back or hip issues. This is a very therapeutic movement. Let's go 4 more. And 3, and 2. So roll back over, knees come in, and we're going to go into our bridge. So start with 4 pelvic tilts, posterior pelvic tilts. Low back down, and then lifting up. Low back down. So remember The tailbone may or may not lift off the ground. It's you contracting to press the low back down. Let's hold it down now. Feet are in line with the hips. Hands come down. Press through the upper arms. Press through your feet and peel the hips up. Opening up. Remember not to turn your head. And let's gently ease it down. Bring the knees in. Head comes up. Release it down. Feet go down. Pelvic tilt. And peel up. Think about your big toes pressing in, because sometimes our knees tend to splay out and we want to keep them. And if you can bring your shoulder blades a little closer together, just don't turn your head. Deep, complete breath. Pay attention to your body. And with your next exhalation, let's release it down slowly. Knees come in. And now the arms are going to go out wide. And I'm going to let both knees go to one side, doesn't matter which. And then I'm going to bring my knees back up to center and then down to the other side. So just gently rolling side to side. So I'm trying not to use my hands to help me. I'm trying to make it all in my core. So this is really nice for your back mobility. And bring it back through center. And let's come into butterfly and at the same time, cactus arms. So deep, complete breath. Opening through the chest. Opening through those tight adductors or inner thigh. Now we're not going to move our body for the next few breaths, so really just focus on inhaling completely and then slowly releasing the breath, letting go. Your face is relaxed, except for the areas where you're stretching. Your whole body is relaxed. And the movement that is coming from your body is associated with your breath. All right. If you can stay and relax for a few more minutes, please do so. If you need to get your day started, I have one reminder. Please talk to yourself today like you would talk to somebody that you love. Namaste.